In Virginia last spring, 29 homes and 28 other structures were damaged or destroyed by fire. In West Virginia, 19 buildings were damaged or destroyed. Meteorologist Grant Coleman checked in with West Virginians whose houses were spared at the last possible moment and others who sadly were not so lucky.
The March 2024 wildfires were devastating for both Virginia and West Virginia. Thousands of acres burned and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of property lost. But through all of the loss, some were lucky. In fact, one Bergton homeowner's historic cabin was saved in the nick of time while he was powerless to the situation.
We were preparing to take our daughter and grandsons on a family vacation in Arizona. And when I got the call that there was a fire at Bergton, I didn't think a whole lot about it until they said, "Hey, look." And I saw the pictures and I thought, that's getting too close to my place, the old place up on the mountain.
Hawkins realized what was at stake as the elements roared around him.
I heard a lot of wind. I smelled the smoke. I had knots in my stomach. I didn't know what to expect.
And as Hawkins watched, powerless to the situation, he could only hope and pray for the best.
At that point in time, I guess I just turned to the Lord and said, "It will be what it will be, Lord. Whatever you have in store for me and what happens up here, that's the way it'll be."
And after burning 85 acres of his land, the wildfire was contained mere feet away from the Civil War era cabin.
We were thankful that I guess more didn't burn up than what it did.
Meanwhile, just 8.5 miles to the north, more wildfires raged in Matthias, West Virginia, unlike anything Captain Ronald Poe Jr. had ever seen.
So the brush fires last year is completely different than anything we've ever seen here. Due in large part because it wasn't just our area.
A major issue. Many of the surrounding areas had their own fires raging as well, meaning there was little help at first and the odds seemed stacked against Poe's squad.
I've told people that I've never been to war, thankfully, but that's the only thing I can relate it to. When we pulled into that road, any direction you looked, there was fire. There were houses on fire in just about any direction that you looked. You could hear propane tanks and transformers and trees popping and exploding.
And even as more resources became available, the fire continued to escalate with the dry fuels and high winds.
That's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in the fire department or fire companies. They'd go up and knock on doors and actually look people in the eye and tell them, you know, I'm here with the fire company. We don't have the resources to help protect your house anymore. We'll do our best, but the best thing you can do is throw what you can get in your vehicle and be ready to leave.
Even as far as 20 miles to the northeast, the wildfires still claimed homes. But some are rebuilding and looking to the future. With every wildfire scenario, there are homes and property that can't be saved. Here in Warrensville, West Virginia, a prime example. Several cars burned to a crisp behind me and the remains of the house that once stood here. I had a chance to speak with the owner of this property to see how she's doing and what it was like on that fateful day. Peggy Barb's March 21st was quiet as she noticed wildfire smoke in the distance.
Half hour later, I saw ashes coming in on my front deck. So then I literally had 10 minutes to pack up what I could get for my 2 grandkids and my daughter. And by the time we got in the car, the fire was at the back of the house. Barb and her family made it out safely, but what they came back to was unrecognizable. No, nothing. No foundation, no nothing. Everything burnt. But a year later, with the help of the Mennonite Disaster Service in Harrisonburg, Barb and her family will be able to move into their new home almost exactly a year later. Oh, it means everything. I mean, it's just a blessing that they came out and donated their time and took their time out of their lives to help. Couldn't ask for a better bunch of people. While Barb is immensely grateful for her family's safety and new home, she understands that not everything can be rebuilt or replaced. I lost a son December before, 32 years old, and I had his ashes, all his sentimental stuff I kept for his daughter. Lost all that. And the same way with my mom's stuff, I had sentimental stuff. That's the hardest part. You can replace everything else, but it's just the sentimental stuff you can't. Working hard for you, Grant Coleman, WHSV.